September 7th. For one night only, don't miss LL Cool J hosts when CBS presents the MTV Video Music Awards, Sunday, September 7th, live on CBS.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we have more details as House Republicans move to add more protections for whistleblowers. Plus, Delta County Commissioner Kelly Vangenhoven is throwing her hat into the state Senate race, hoping to replace Ed McBroom when his final term comes to an end. And we have the latest on the efforts being made towards arranging a face-to-face meeting between Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
And a first look at your forecastings, we're fairly chilly for today, so we won't cool down all too much for tonight, but we are looking at mostly cloudy skies across the Upper Peninsula into the upper 50s for some of us. Ironwood, Newberry likely staying into the upper 50s, otherwise lower 60s. And we might have some patchy fog out there too if you are headed out before sunrise. Make sure to use those low speeds and low beams, and we should get some sunshine back just before the sunset, but we will stay fairly chilly for your Wednesday before warming up towards the weekend. I'll have a full look at your forecast in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. In Lansing this week, House Republicans are focused on creating protections for state employees that speak out against departments. The House Committee on Oversight is looking into updating the state's Whistleblower Protection Act. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more from lawmakers as they introduce the bills.
As the House Committee on Oversight works to keep state government in check, the chair of the committee says he's ran into dozens of state employees who are scared to go on the record or even meet with lawmakers at the Capitol.
Individuals who want to do the right thing, that are government employees, are afraid and actually fear for their job and their well-being by coming forward and sharing that information with one of the bodies, at least, that have some oversight authority.
In response, House Republicans are introducing a set of bills that aim to protect government employees from intimidation in the workplace. The legislation creates a $2,000 civil fine for employers and wage compensation and job reinstatement for any government employee found to be wrongfully fired.
I believe after reviewing the current statute that covers whistleblower protection, that was woefully inept, and it really provided for exactly zero penalties.
He says employees have been willing to hand over documents, but ask not to be identified or to testify. The representatives say it's unacceptable that state employees are fearful of losing their jobs or benefits just for complying with requests from the legislature.
And this isn't about partisanship. It's about fairness, accountability, and protecting those that protect the truth.
Similar bills were passed through the legislature under Whitmer in 2020, but she vetoed them, citing concerns with the separation of powers. But under the current political climate, DeBoyer says he believes the governor could change her mind on this set of bills. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
With Republican State Senator Ed McBroom's second term coming to an end in 2026, a Delta County commissioner is throwing her hat in the ring, running as a Democrat to fill his open seat. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons spoke with her about her platform and the goals she has if elected.
People want their government to work for them. This isn't about what I want to do, it's about what they need from me.
Kelly Vangenhoven earned her spot on the Delta County Board of Commissioners in a recall election in May of 2024, but the start of her public service dates back to 2019.
I have worked with different city entities and organizations, including the Escanaba DDA, the Planning Commission, Community Foundation for Delta County. Through the county board, I have been able to sit on 8 different boards, which I enjoy very much.
After speaking with her constituents, Vangenhoven believes Delta County and Upper Peninsula residents need a strong voice in Lansing.
I've been told over and over the UP is getting steamrolled by the state government. I want people to know that I hear them, that I want to work with all the senators within the state to bring the UP what they need.
She says her primary goal is to move the Upper Peninsula forward, and one way she believes that can be accomplished is through higher pay.
I'm a very big proponent of increasing wages for our county and our local employees to get people to move here. We rely heavily on tourism, but I want to retain people. Of course, with that comes a housing issue that we need to solve, and that can come through help with the state government, through grants, through proposals with the state budget.
In addition to increased wages, Vangenhoven says she stands strongly in favor of unions.
I believe in unions, and I have an unwielding support for our local unions in the UP. Our trades, I just attended the UPCC graduation, and I want to be an exporter in the UP of strong tradesmen, building back a better middle class for the UP.
As public issues and voter concerns develop over the next year, Vangenhoven says her platform will as well. In the meantime, she says her role on the Board of Commissioners and the interests of Delta County residents remain her top priorities.
I want people to know that I'm willing to sit down and listen. This campaign is not about me, it's about them and us working all together.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Over the past month, the city of Ishpeming has been in the process of striking an agreement with Cleveland Cliffs Incorporated to purchase over 1,100 acres of its land back. The city was successful with the agreement, negotiating at about $216 an acre. If passed, the county would undergo a loss of $23,000 in revenue annually, but a heightened interest in the matter is the key properties listed in the sale, including the UP Nordic Ski Complex's Suicide Bowl and Cedar Beach, currently leased by Cleveland Cliffs through 2048. This evening, the city held a special meeting for residents to discuss concerns about the property sale, seeing good responses from both sides.
So it really feels like it's a win for everybody. So it's very rare to get that, especially with this amount of property. It's over 1,100 acres, but the price feels right, and the opportunity for everybody to utilize the property feels good too, I think, to everybody.
Tomorrow, the city will discuss the matter further and make a final decision. The White House is working to set up a face-to-face meeting between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Russian President Vladimir Putin in the next 2 weeks. This comes one day after President Trump hosted Zelensky at the White House. Torian Small has the latest tonight.
President Trump is working to coordinate a meeting between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Russian President Vladimir Putin, which would be the first face-to-face meeting between the two leaders since Russia invaded Ukraine.
There are many options that are being discussed by our national security team right now with both parties.
On Monday, as he hosted President Zelensky and European leaders at the White House, President Trump suggested he might take part in a meeting with the two leaders.
I'll set up a meeting with President Putin. And if you'd like, I'll go to that meeting. And not that I want to do that, but I will do that.
But on Tuesday, White House officials said the president thinks it makes sense for Putin and Zelensky to meet one-on-one.
The president has always said that there are areas of disagreement in this war that will have to be discussed and decided upon by these two countries. And so he wants these two countries to engage in direct diplomacy.
The timing of the meeting remains uncertain, but the White House has indicated it hopes to solidify a plan by the end of the week.
CBS News has learned Budapest, Hungary is among the locations under consideration to host talks. On Monday, President Trump discussed with President Zelensky security guarantees which would protect Ukraine from future Russian invasions. The White House said Tuesday those guarantees will not involve U.S. troops on the ground.
The president has definitively stated U.S. boots will not be on the ground in Ukraine.
The White House says the specifics of security guarantees are being negotiated.
In Alaska on Friday and again in a phone call last night with the White House, President Putin proposed holding the talks in Russia, but that location is believed to be out of the question for President Zelensky. Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast after the break. Plus, we hear more from the superintendent of Marquette Area Public Schools on how they're preparing for the school year. And we check out the newest RV resort to arrive in Marquette County. We'll tell you what the addition brings to the area. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Looking for a car that won't fall apart on the way home? Bam! Come to John's Auto where cars are clean, run great, and don't smell like french fries. Does your car need a tune-up? Bam! Service department. Do you want your car to sparkle? Bam! Detailing department. Need a quieter sister? Bam! Wait. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and the best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
The bathroom of your dreams is only a phone call away with BCI Bath and Shower. We can make your ordinary bath and shower extraordinary. This is not a cookie-cutter design. This is a complete custom build that will fit your every need. We have the best monthly programs in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no payments, no interest for 18 months with approved credit. Factory trained, certified installers made in the USA and discounts for seniors and military. Call 800-304-6841.
Chips or cracks, we got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Cracked windshield, chipped glass? Don't wait. Call Brian's Auto Glass in Nagani. We specialize in expert windshield replacement, chip and crack repairs, and safety system calibrations to keep your vehicle road ready. Can't come to us? No problem. We'll come to you with our mobile service. Fast, professional, local. Brian's Auto Glass, where clear vision starts.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics.
What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
How to raise children.
Get out of here. Door tap. Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV. Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. Hope everyone enjoyed their day. We did stay clear from any accumulating rain, looking mostly dry, and we were chilly today, 67 degrees for that high temperature. It was tough for a lot of us to get close to 70. That average is 74, so we are shifting gears, of course, closer to fall. We are expecting some cooler conditions. Just some of us might not be ready for that yet, but we still do have plenty of summer-like conditions and lots of sunshine in store, especially just before this upcoming weekend and for the weekend. But before that, your first warning weather futurecast does keep us mostly cloudy for Wednesday, even some patchy fog early tomorrow morning before that burns off. But it will be tough to get some sunshine really until sunset, but I do think we will see those breaks in the clouds before the sun does set. But then Thursday, we do have the sunshine to start us out and then increasing cloud cover, so it will be a tug of war in the sky in terms of those cloud cover conditions, but we will stay mostly dry. So I'll put on the future rain totals for you. Not really seeing anything here from now till Wednesday morning, maybe a trace down through Escanaba, maybe a 1/10 of an inch down to Iron Mountain. But again, this is now until Thursday night. So really we will have sort of high pressure in our favor, and therefore things will be calm, cool, and collected. An emphasis on cool too, because once we get to Wednesday evening into Wednesday night, we'll still be into the 60s, and we'll have a little bit of some more push of heat before things cool back down, looking beyond that into next week. But of course, with the summertime, we've been looking at the extreme heat and the air quality. Things are diminishing on both fronts for that, especially the air quality. These are really good numbers compared to some things that we've seen a few weeks ago into that orange unhealthy range. We're into the green and might get to that lower end moderate range for Friday, but Friday we could be expecting some rain, and that always does help to kind of wash away those pollutants in the atmosphere. So when we start to see the smoke come back in for Thursday evening, even Friday, we are looking at some rain to kind of help that, but really before that, air quality should be a-okay. So have those outside events planned, the tea times, the baseball games, the beach, by all means do so, and the UV index won't be too bad either. You'll still need the SPF, of course, no matter if it's 1 or if it's 11, but we will start to trend down to those 5, 6, and maybe 7 range too. Not going to really see those high UV indices anymore. There will be some outliers, of course, but when we talk about overall temperature trends, when you take away the possibility of some warm fronts or some cold fronts, we will overall be trending cooler than average. It's not just the Upper Peninsula. A decent amount of the country is looking at some really cool air pulling down from Canada. So we are looking at a bit of a tease possibly to fall time. I know some people might have that pumpkin spice itch, but some people are still going to enjoy the summertime, and we are looking at those summertime conditions before the weekend, close to 80 degrees, and still hanging on to some seasonal conditions for the first half of the weekend before we dip back down to the lower 60s for the second half of the weekend and into next week.
Kelly, thank you again. Marquette area public schools are preparing to welcome students back in just a few weeks. WZMQ's Andrew Hand spoke with Superintendent Zach Sedgwick this afternoon about breaking down barriers in student learning.
Marquette area public schools are working hard before the academic year, starting September 2nd. As staffing prepares, Superintendent Zach Sedgwick says it's never too early for parents to prepare as well, pulling their students out of the summer mindset.
I certainly would want parents to think about some of the familiar routines that they need to think about for their students going into a school year, start getting them ready for school in a way that they can control.
Off the bat this year, MAPS plans to focus on its students' overall social and emotional needs, implementing stronger support systems throughout the school district.
Thinking about how we can help students develop coping skills, because we learn that those barriers that don't necessarily fall within your core academics or what you would think of as school educationally are some of the biggest barriers that students are facing.
With MAPS' buildings averaging around 65 years old, this year Sedgwick says the district is looking to improve its existing infrastructure, utilizing community support along the way.
It's clear that that is a great need and a potential barrier, significant barrier to student learning, so we're working on plans. We're going to be putting out some information, opportunities to engage our community on how we can address our infrastructure.
Along with a currently incomplete state budget, it's unknown how much funding the district will receive later in the year, leading to potential cuts to programs like free student meals.
We're trying to get a school year going without having a budget for our general fund, for just our operations in their entirety, but then specific programming like free breakfast and lunch that's been instrumental in helping us remove barriers. We don't know whether or not there's going to be funding for that program.
While state-level information and infrastructure plans are still in progress, the district will stay up to date throughout the year. Reporting in Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
Area campsites and hotels are often fully booked up during the summer season. This need prompted a Gwynn family to open a new lodging alternative. Our own John Truitt takes us there.
The number of campsites in Marquette County significantly increased today with the grand opening of Charlie's RV Resort and Cabins in Little Lake. The new resort will accommodate 40 RV campsites with full hookups.
There really isn't a full-service campground besides a tourist park. They have 30 sites-ish, and there's a need here for it, and especially with the cabins.
If camping in an RV isn't your thing, Charlie's has 5 luxury log cabins, able to sleep 6 persons, each with a full bathroom and galley kitchen, plus a large front porch to relax on.
We have 5 cabins open today, 2 more are coming later this fall, and then we'll get to a dozen by spring of next year.
The opening of Charlie's RV Resort is a welcome addition to Forsyth Township, providing a variety of centrally located campsites.
So this is a perfect match for the community, for the Central UP, and for anyone who wants to come up and enjoy our neck of the woods.
Today's ribbon cutting coincides with the opening of their camp store in all the cabins. The property also includes a bath and shower facility, a softball field, and a soon-to-be completed pavilion for large gatherings.
Our pavilion and bathrooms will be open, should be open next week, and then we'll have space for larger events or gatherings.
For more information, visit our website for a link to Charlie's reservation page. In Little Lake, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Mike Ludlam has your sports headlines when we come back. A Marquette County school is forced to go without football this season due to a lack of players. We'll have the details after this.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Fox Marquette Subaru, lease a 2025 Subaru Outback Premium for $393 a month, or get 1.9% APR for 72 months on select new 2025 Subaru Outback models. Fox Marquette Subaru. Experience the difference.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture and Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry, free delivery, and 0% financing.
Do you wonder if playing the same Michigan lottery numbers over and over again improves your odds to win? That's actually a myth. You see, every set of numbers always has the same chance of winning because every drawing is random. Previous results have no effect on future drawings. So know the facts If it stops being a game, call the helpline or visit our website. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Welcome to Big Boy, where we know you by name. From our mouth-watering burgers to our affordable breakfast and dinner buffets, we've got you covered morning, noon, and night. Enjoy Big Boy's fantastic meals at home with our fast to-go curbside pickup. And for office parties or events, Big Boy is the area's go-to for the best catering service. So when you want clean, affordable, convenient, and delicious, you know the answer is Big Boy, where we know you by name.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Fox Marquette Subaru, lease a 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Premium for $331 a month, or get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select new 2025 Subaru Outback models. Fox Marquette Subaru. Experience the difference.
Good evening, everyone. The Gwynn Model Towners will not have a varsity football team this season, but school officials say a junior varsity team will suit up. Athletic Director Luke Giardi contacted WZMQ this morning with the announcement through an email. The Model Towners have had very low numbers in the senior class, certainly not enough combined with the other classes to field a varsity unit. Gwynn varsity was 3-6 overall and 1-4 in the Western Peninsula Athletic Conference Iron Division last season. The Upper Peninsula High School football composite schedule is now available on our website at WZMQ19.com. You can also find it on our Facebook page, WZMQ19, and it's also on my Facebook page, Mike Ludlum. Some of the canceled games against Gwynn have been updated with the new opponents. The high school cross-country season began late this morning for 10 Upper Peninsula schools in Munising. The Larissa Varty Memorial Meet took place at the Valley Spur Ski Trails. Upper Peninsula Sports Hall of Fame President and longtime Munising Athletic Director DJ Paquette started the girls through the downhill opening of the course. Coming into the end of the first loop, Sheboygan's Chloe Rupp in black, Stevenson's Faith Cappert in white, and Menominey's Windley Brandt in maroon had a decent cushion ahead of the field. The second loop took the runners into the tougher and hillier sections of the course. Menominey's Windley Brandt lived up to her first name, crossing the line in just under 22 and a half minutes. Escanaba's Ava Akerley ran very well in the second half and placed in the runner-up position about 40 seconds later. To the board for the results, Brandt, Akerley, Capper to Stevenson, Chloe Rupp of Sheboygan, and Bella Tartar of Forest Park in 23:39. Team scores, Sheboygan just 2 points better than Gladstone. Stevenson was third, followed by North Central. We'll pick up the boys' race going into the first loop into the woods. Cannon Kunze of Stevenson in white had the early advantage. Runners from Escanaba and Gladstone tried to keep pace, and they looked pretty good here coming into the end of the first loop. But Kunze was not in the mood to socialize with the others today. Kunze had a solid lead going into the final downhill. All he had to do was circle the lodge at the bottom of the hill and conquer the uphill for the finish. He did that in 18 minutes and 47 seconds. He won by 31 seconds over Gladstone's Grady Nelson and 38 seconds over the Braves' Tegan Reynolds. Looking at the boards here, Kunze, Nelson, Reynolds, Carson Kiefer of Sheboygan in 1931, Max Beauchamp, Gladstone in 1944. Team scores, great day for the Braves. 33 takes home the team trophy. Sheboygan was next, followed by Stevenson, Munising, and Manistee. Ferris State softball head coach Jake Schumann and several of his players stopped in Marquette for a clinic on Saturday. About 60 players from 4th grade to high school, not only from Marquette, but as far away as Lakeland and Hubble and Gogebic County participated. We caught the hitting portion of the clinic. Schumann says he's pleased with the turnout for the first year, and he believes in teaching the Bulldog way.
There's three things that you have to be a good hitter, and that's be efficient, create power, and hit long through a zone. So all 6 of the T stations kind of emulate those 3 philosophies.
I'm stacked and I'm square in my load, and then I'm right here. Most efficient way to hit, most powerful way to hit.
And yes, that is the Happy Gilmore hitting station. Schumann has more than 20 years of coaching experience, including stops at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Texas A&M Kingsville, Florida International, Ole Miss, and the University of Iowa. He was working in the Big Rapids School District before accepting the Bulldogs job 3 seasons ago. The Bulldogs finished third in the GLIAC last spring, and their 28 wins overall was the most in 9 years. Outstanding Newberry High School athlete and graduate Matt Rahley says he will concentrate on baseball. Rahley has announced he will join the Carolina Blue Claws, a nationally recognized collegiate prep school program based in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Rahley earned, get this, 24 varsity letters in 6 sports at Newberry, so choosing his next move was harder than you think. Speaking with the Newberry News, Rahley said going against kids who have played baseball year-round will be an opportunity to see how he stacks up against them. While he did not receive All-State baseball honors, Rahley was an All-State 8-player football athlete by the Michigan Sports Writers, the Upper Peninsula Defensive Player of the Year in the 8-player division, plus first-team punter. He was an honorable mention All-UP basketball player in Division 4. His other high school sports, golf, hockey, and track and field. At the UP Track and Field Finals last May, Rahley won the high jump and long jump in Division 3, was second in the 100 dash and third in the 200 dash, helping the Indians to win the team title. Speaking of baseball, let's go to the Brewers and Cubs. They were playing 2 today at Wrigley Field. Bottom of the first inning, rookie right fielder Owen Casey with the 2 RBI single, and the Cubs grabbed the early 2-run lead. We move to the bottom of the third. First pitch swinging for Willie Castro, and that was a good idea. That's a 3-run homer, and the Cubs are in command of this one by the count of 5-0. Brewers rally as Christian Yelich will get a solo shot off former Tiger Michael Boyd, and the Cubs still in front 5-1. Bryce Terang would drive Boyd from the game with an RBI single to get the Brewers back in it, but they fell 1 run short today. They lost the first game of the doubleheader 6-4, and they came back to take the nightcap as well 4-1. The Brewers still have a 7-game lead ahead of the Cubs in the National League Central Division. Tigers and Astros. This was a defensive game of all defensive kind of baseball games tonight. Top of the second, Christian Walker flies to deep center field. Wendell Perez will make the catch just above the glove with the ball in it. We're scoreless. We're still scoreless in the 4th inning. Romo Urias with the base hit to right field. Kerry Carpenter says, let's get the ball in play as soon as we can. The throw, you're out. And that's all that matters. Finally, in the 10th inning, the bases were loaded for the Tigers. Gleyber Torres walked with the bases loaded, and the Tigers win it by the score of 1-0. Yeah, that's about as exciting as it got, but as you can tell, the fans were all happy at the end. We'll be right back.
Summer's almost over.
But there's lots of end-of-summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Go long! Yes! Time right! Manning drops back and he flips one right down the middle. Well done. No, this one's burning.
Get 4.75 APR financing on a rugged new 25 Tacoma. Or lease this well-equipped Tacoma for just $289 a month. And get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Come in today.
Great job, rookie.
Toyota, let's go places.
You have questions. Are your elected representatives in Washington working for you? Or do they stand on the issues and what's in it for you?
Get the answers you need on WZMQ 19 News. I'm Rachel Knapp.
And I'm Brendan Scanlon. Our job is reporting on Michigan's officials in Washington, covering and uncovering what they're doing, and then reporting directly to you. WZMQ 19's Washington Bureau works for you.
And we deliver.
Quality information straight from Capitol Hill. Only on WZMQ 19 News.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
The Window Store Home Improvement Center is your clear choice for quality products and expert installation. We have a thorough and seamless process, start to finish. From the moment you meet our friendly staff, you'll be amazed by their attention to detail. Our team of experienced professionals take pride in their work, and with our 2-year warranty on all installations, you'll have peace of mind knowing your investment is protected. Plus, we service the entire Upper Peninsula. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Look at your forecast. I know things were a bit chilly today, and we will have kind of a roller coaster of temperatures, but as for tonight, because we were only into the upper 60s, we won't cool down all too much. This is seasonal conditions for the overnight into the upper 50s and lower 60s. Mostly cloudy skies and also some patchy fog across the Upper Peninsula, so be wary of that. If you are headed out before the sun does rise, use those low speeds and those low beams, and we are into that low range. For the rain outlook over the next 48 hours, not really tracking any major rain systems. We will have sort of a high pressure system in control, but we will also be pulling some very, very cool air from Canada. So before we get to next week, we will still see the 70s, the upper 70s, and some mid 60s in there before things really cool back down. Looking beyond the weekend and into the week ahead, a few scattered showers with partly cloudy skies.
Kelly, thanks again. And finally, tonight, social media isn't just changing the way we connect, it's transforming our language too. Cambridge Dictionary just added 6,000 new words. And no, we're not being delulu, that's slang for delusional, and now officially in the dictionary. Other newbies include, what's that word, Mike?
Skibbity?
Skibbity, a viral internet term that can mean cool or bad, or can just be used as a joke. And mouse jiggler, you might recognize that one if you've been working from home, a gadget that keeps your computer awake when you're not at your desk.
Really, a dictionary is a record of public usage. So it's recording how people are using language at a given time. So I imagine that if Cambridge has entered these words into the dictionary today, most dictionaries will now follow suit.
Environmental concerns inspired another new entry, Forever Chemical, a harmful substance that stays in the environment for a long time. That's all for now, everyone. We'll catch you back here again tomorrow.
From now through August at Fox Marquette Chevrolet, lease a 2026 Equinox Active all-wheel drive for $429 a month for 36 months with $1,500 due at signing. Together, let's drive. Fox Marquette Chevrolet, experience the difference.